Good morning. I'm here at Herne Velodrome again, twice in 1 week. Today I'm going to be doing Rapha's Hell of the North Challenge, which starts here and heads down to kind of the North Downs, the South London, near the M25, and then back up again. The route's designed to be kind of fairly challenging, just in terms of hills and, you know, surfaces and so on. I've not really studied the route. I can't even remember how long it is. It's 50 miles, 60 miles. First thing I need to do is actually site register, sign on. So I'm going to go over there and see what's involved doing that.
Chill out, go around people slowly, especially horses. You'll see more of them at the moment because there are a couple of riding schools to where we're going in Kent, and also it's the bank holiday and they love to take you for a trot. So, be good with them. Some hard pack bridle way, some mud. In exchange for 220 kilometres and 900 metres of climbing, which is Paris-Roubaix, we put in some much sharper climbing because it's Kent just to make you really tired. Yeah, so you've got to let me, 2 Bromptons. 2!
Another one!
Hey. Yes!
Absolutely love it.
Absolutely love it. Off you go!
Cheers, thank you.
We'll see you out there.
I've spotted some bonus gravel.
Let's take a quick look at the route here. So you can see it's 56 miles long, 3,700 feet of climbing, which in metric is 90.3 kilometres and over 1,100 metres of climbing. The chart at the bottom of the screen here shows the elevation profile over the course, and the bits showing in white or dashed lines are the unpaved sections of the route. So if we zoom in a little bit, the organisers at Rapha had also taken the time to add in or label up all of the sectors, all the challenging parts of the route, and given them ratings out of 5, depending on how challenging those sections were. So the route starts at Herne Velodrome, up to Crystal Palace, and then down to Elmer's End, through Addington, and then there's quite a few kind of foresty sections here as we make our way over through Warlingham, towards Caterham, and over the North Downs here, down into Bletchingley, through Godstone, through to Oxted, and then the most challenging part of the ride was this bit here. Titsyberg is what they've labelled it. It's a ride up through kind of very rough ground, up a steep hill, which wasn't short either. So yeah, that was quite challenging. But then after that, we were treated to a coffee and snacks at the Rapha van here, and then through Woldingham, up another gravel hill, and then over towards Biggin Hill. This section was really nice actually, I've not done that before. Then from Biggin Hill, it was more or less downhill all the way back, apart from the little lump at the end, which is back over Crystal Palace. Here we are near the start of the ride, coming into Elmer's End. There was a last minute change to the route. The route listed was showing us going through South Norwood Country Park, but because there's a park run that takes place every Saturday morning there at the same time, they wanted to avoid a kind of a clash of the cyclists and runners in the park, so they wanted the cyclists to take a route around the park. I managed to avoid going in the first entrance to the park, but I mistakenly actually went into the second entrance to the park, so I actually kind of came into the park run, but at that point I think it had already been going for 15 minutes, so the runners were all very well spread out and it wasn't really an issue. the organisers had actually prepared 2 variations of the route, so you could choose which route you wanted to do based on your appetite for how off-road you wanted to go. They labelled one of the routes 28C as it been tested on 28mm width tyres. I chose this route, which was the tamer of the 2 options, even though the Brompton tyres are about 35mm wide, I think. But basically, because of the small diameter, they're not great on, chunky road surfaces. So yeah, just picked that option, and that was plenty, to be honest. And it was nice actually. So during the course of the ride, I kept seeing riders that were doing both the 28C option and the full-blown off-road option as well. Here we are coming into Addington. This section is memorable for me as I managed to swallow a fly here. It wasn't huge, but it wasn't insignificant either. I'm a pescatarian, so that's not part of my prescribed diet, and I'm not really sure what you're supposed to do when you swallow a fly. I know it isn't to swallow a spider, we know how that ends. I thought it would have been good if I had some Coca-Cola. Due to how acidic it is, I thought that would have finished off the fly nice and quick. As it stood, I just coughed and spluttered a bit and drank some water, and that was that. Something that's broken on my bike at the moment is the Brompton 2-speed shifter, which means I can't get into the highest gear, which can be a bit annoying. It was very annoying on this ride actually, as there were bits where it was either flat or a very slight downhill, and basically I'm pedalling at a very high cadence, or sometimes I can't, if it's downhill like here, it's too quick to actually keep up with pedalling, so that's something I need to fix, but I really need a bike stand to do that, and I don't have one where I am, so yeah, still broken. Yeah, it's that way. Yeah, I mean, just get on a bus, right, if it goes too much. It's lucky it's not been raining. I think I would have been in trouble on that bit back there. Straight over, yeah, all those 2 options. It's clear. I think this one looks good. But yeah, I got one just because my regular bike got stolen from my garage, so it just meant like the Brompton I could just keep it in my flat instead. And then I've just and that was, I don't know, 12 years ago, and I use them for everything. I do ultra endurance races on them and done lots of touring and stuff like that. They're just pretty reliable, fingers crossed, and versatile really, great for touring. But yeah, not as quick as I've actually put a double chainring on because I did the Pan Celtic race last year, which goes through up around the Cornwall coast and Snowdonia and stuff. So I just needed a bigger gear range basically. But other than that, you know, like touring, I just drop down to a smaller chainring, and you know, the regular 6-speed is absolutely fine. You're not in a hurry. I've used like the sine wave kit before, but to be honest, it's easier just to have a big battery pack, and every, you know, like 2 or 3 days, if you stay in a hotel or whatever, or, you know, wherever, a campsite, charge it up at a campsite. It's fine. It's just it's just less to think about, really. And it's nice that I like running the lights during the day as well, so if you do that, you can't really charge up the battery pack. Right turn here. Oh, cheers, Vicky. Oh, there's 3 of us. Morning. Morning. Thank you. Next left, yeah. Not just yet. The next one, the gravelly one, I think. So it was about this point in the ride that my camera support suffered the equivalent of Shermans Neck. If you're unaware, Shermans Neck is something that some long distance cyclists get, where basically they lose power in their neck muscles, so the head is just flopping around, and if you search for pictures on the internet of Shermans Neck, you'll find people supporting their head with splints just to keep on going. So the camera support, the selfie stick that I use, the metal started just flopping around, so apologies for the wobbly camera footage from this point onwards. This is the start of the most difficult sector on the route, which is where we went up the Tithe Plantation. The road surface is dry, thankfully, but it was pretty difficult all the same, on the small wheels at least, and I'm pretty sure everyone would have found it tough, whatever size wheels you've got on your bike. For me, the challenges were actually finding a kind of flat route across the road to like continue cycling up. The surface got quite rough, and also it was quite steep as well. I can't remember how long it went on for, maybe 15 minutes or something like that. So a pretty good challenge. That's the encouragement I need to keep going. Great. Tough one. Yeah, cheers. Oh, great. Thank you. Thank you. Alright, yeah, good.
Feel free to wrap up.
Oh, right, okay.
And then we've got cokes and waters and coffee and bits.
Thank you.
Right there.
So just to wrap things up, all in all I had a great day. The route was really well curated. It was tough, but it was enjoyable at the same time. I met some really great people along the way. After the race I met Dondo, who was a guide that also rode the route on a Brompton. We were chatting, and anyway, there's a route that he's recommended that he did with his sister that I actually have ridden since I filmed this, so hopefully I've got some footage and I'll put that up soon. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully there's at least some just nice pictures of the English countryside, if nothing else. If there's anything in particular you'd like me to cover, please say so. Maybe I'll do some like Brompton maintenance or something like that in the future. Otherwise I'm sure that will come along during a ride at some point. In the meantime, I'll just keep plugging away and try and upload some of my trips. So thanks very much. See you soon. Bye.